Hey guys, Pastor Greg Locke.
Hey everybody, welcome to Street Fight Radio. How's it going? Doing well? It's Wednesday night, time for a street fight. That's right, Brian and I are in the basement once again to talk to you, our friends, about the world and what's going on. All right, let me try that one more time. My microphone was not in my face. Maybe you can hear me now. Welcome to Street Fight Radio. Can you hear me? We are here in the basement, Wednesday night, time for a street fight. Brian and I are here to talk shit about the world, discuss things, try to get us all together to make something different than what we're currently dealing with. We're happy that all y'all have joined in for the ride. We've been doing it for 9 years now, and we have a lot of great listeners and support, and it's turned into a wonderful community of people that we absolutely love to hear from. So please message us and let us know what's going on. streetfightradio@gmail.com. We're on social media at StreetFightWCRS on Facebook, Twitch, and Twitter. On Twitch we're Street Fight Radio. On YouTube we're Street Fight WCRS. And if you want more of what we do, we have zines coming out. We have the parenting zine is coming in the next couple days. The metal zine will also be coming out this month. We are also doing our bonus podcast, 100 Million Tons of Steel, the metal podcast from Street Fight Radio. We talked to Minion Death Cult last week, and we're talking to Riley from the band Power Trip. On Monday, we're going to record that episode. We're going to be talking about thrash metal. Death metal. Got it wrong off the bat. But yeah, Riley _Cyrus, you know them from Twitter and from the band Power Trip. We're going to give them some time on the show to talk about death metal. One of my favorites over the last few months, something I've enjoyed incredibly during COVID times. And if you are watching on the stream right now, peace, welcome. Glad to have you. There is a big joint chat. If you're on Facebook, Twitch, Twitter, or YouTube. You can talk to everybody, whatever it is. It's all joined together. But we have figured out a new hack to get us money. We had a little dip in the Patreon, which was expected for this month. But if you are an Amazon Prime subscriber, you are allowed to gift one subscription. Get one subscription for free. Is that right, Jason?
Yeah, you get a free.
You get one.
Prime subscription.
You get a free.
Amazon Prime.
Okay, if you have Amazon Prime, create a Twitch account. You can go to Street Fight Radio and you get one free subscription, and that kicks a couple dollars our way, and it costs you absolutely nothing if you're already paying for that service. So that's a way to help Street Fight Radio without costing you anything extra. And we're going to have exclusive Bitmojis and shit in there and all kinds of weird shit. So that's coming down the pipeline. I've been talking forever. How's it going, Brian?
Just fucking magnificent. Actually good, you know? I got a couple updates. People worry about me. Rash is gone. No more Rash updates. Although, maybe after Shocktober, the miniseries is going to be Rash Boys. And I'm just going to talk about different rashes I've had and maybe have guests on to talk about their rashes.
I had a terrible rash.
I posted about it. People seem very interested in rash talk. So, maybe, Shocktober ends. We're in that lull before the holidays. We're still depressed from quarantine. That's, hi, Jesse. We're still depressed from quarantine. Maybe we'll do Rashcast and just rash it up, People love rashes. It's hot content. But my car, I got a call yesterday from the dealership, which we have called the Stealership in the past. I'm going to call them the dealership again.
They're doing deals now.
Yeah.
They're back to doing deals.
They called me and said, we're going to do this for free.
Do this what?
The catalytic converter.
What?
Which is a $500 part.
Yeah, it's a big money
I looked it up. It's a $500 part, and it's a lot of labor.
Yes.
Also.
Mostly labor.
I mean, they were charging $1,000 for labor if they were going to charge me for it, right?
Yeah.
You're getting a $400 part. I looked them up because I was going to do it myself, which would have been 4 days long. It would have taken me 4 days.
Catback was a big deal back in the Fast and Furious days. That was like an upgrade to get yourself a new catback exhaust system. So you would have been able to get through it.
Maybe 8 days.
I
had somebody that was going to come and help me.
Okay.
That was like, yeah, I can do it. And I trust him. So
okay.
I would have been good. But they called and said, hey, we're going to do a Goodwill repair.
That's after you've done Badwill.
It's like zero. It's going to be free of charge. And I said, I didn't say, well, $2,000.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Because you did actually charge me $2,000 that I paid already. But I'm just going to consider it free because it's gone.
Sure.
Now, the money's gone. I'm already paying it back. It's free. This is a free repair. We're wiping the slate clean in August.
It's
Everything's
not a bad setup. I mean, to hand the car over with a new transmission and a new exhaust system, what else could go wrong? I'm sure we'll find out.
I know. Fucking Katie, man, she's been on a roll this week. I am married to somebody who maybe sometimes doesn't understand how my anxiety works. Okay. And you've said the same. It's actually funny because Brett says the same thing she does. It's like, it just doesn't feel like I can say anything to you.
Yeah.
Because everything sends you down the spiral. Once I'm in the spiral, there aren't words to get me out of it. Because you could even say something nice.
Yeah.
That would send me rolling down the spiral. You know what I mean? You could be like just for an example, if I if I thought I had cancer and you were like, well, you probably don't have cancer, you're probably fine. I'd be like, probably. But there's still like a 1% chance that I have cancer and I'm freaked out about it, know?
Yeah.
She goes, I go, yeah, I figure once the catalytic converter's replaced, it's going to work. And she's like, maybe. I mean, who knows? And I'm like, well, what else could it be? And she's like, the engine? And I'm like, catalytic, I think that's part of the engine. I'm just going to say that's part of the engine.
It's not part of the engine.
And just go, yeah, I'm going to say it, though.
Okay.
That's how I'm going to live a life where I say it's part of the engine. And we're not going to... I just feel like it's got... I hope that's it, man.
I don't know what else it would be. I mean, if all of that shit failed in the car, I mean, it's a pretty miserable build on that. I mean, that's just completely
it's the other thing, 5-year-old car.
Yeah.
Lemon.
Absolutely.
Oh, I would be like one of those crazy people back in the 90s, too, that would drive around with like a fucking... Because back in the 90s, there wasn't a lemon law. And then they passed the lemon law. Do you remember this? Like, you were probably like too young, because I'm 5 years older than you. So there would be a period where you would be very young and I would be old enough to be noticing things. But there was no lemon law. They passed this lemon law, right? And it was big news that it was like, you can't sell fucking lemon, you know? So, like, before that, the tactic was that a motherfucker would write, I got this lemon at, and the name and the address.
Ford.
Riker Ford, they would put the name of the salesman, sold it to me, and then all the times it broke down, they would just put that in the back of their car. That's the only recourse they had, was to drive around with that in their car. Wasn't no internet, wasn't anything, you know?
Yeah.
And
just felt like you were doing something, just like giving them a bad name. Yeah. Well, you got to do that too a little bit with the Facebook post.
Yeah, but
there's actually a weed company that I'm going to blackmail. Like, I'm going to message them. I'm going to say, you know what? Normally, I just go on the internet and trash people and give them a bunch of bad press if they have a product I don't like. But I'm going to let you make this situation right for me. And you've got, you know...
What happened? You don't have to say the name of the company, because then it would be wrong to blackmail.
2 products I bought from them have failed on me. And their warranty process is one of those runaround things.
Oh, I know the company now, too.
When you go to the store, they're like, oh, this thing's got a warranty on it, too. You're good for the next few years. And then you try to get the warranty, and they're like, do you have the original box? And I'm like, I do, but that shouldn't be required. Because the box is not a part of what makes the fucking thing work. And then they want you to send videos and pictures of it not working. And they put you through this process where they come back and they're like, well, I don't know. That could be from this amount of failure. And they require so much, negativity from me that it's gotten to the point where I want to just blackmail them now. Like, there's nothing else I can do, because they put up so many barriers of not just replacing their broken products.
Yeah. Oh God, that does suck. Yeah, you can, because people have told me this. Like, they were like, did you tell them you're an influencer? And I was like, I don't have the fucking guts to do it. Unfortunately, I don't have the guts to say, like, hey, I'll fucking trash you on the radio. And, you know, it probably wouldn't lead to a single thing, but businesses are very sensitive to that kind of thing.
I think that's our way in. That was the original Twitter. Like, the early Twitter, you could just get free stuff all the time. Like, remember when Barbasol Hats was hanging out with anarchists and trying to get us to use their shaving cream by sending free samples and t-shirts and hats, and then fucking dunking on Scotty Burberry as well?
Yeah. So, yeah, I'm looking at the lemon law. It doesn't say when it passed, so I can't really tell you when, but yeah, it is a lemon. If it's 5 years old,
yeah, that's a lemon,
and more than what has failed. I mean, the transmission and the catalytic converter is a thing I know fails, like, that's for sure, and I'm not gonna throw blame at them for making a car where the catalytic converter failed, because we know that happens, you know. So what does make a lemon?
How many miles? I think it's how many fixes you get in a certain amount of years.
Oh, that sucks, because I really want to
document it. It was another one of those things, like my warranty I was just talking about, the lemon laws. My dad always told me, like, you have to take it to the shop constantly, and you're going to be spending tons of money on receipts. He's like, you're basically investing in receipts so that you can one day win a lawsuit against them.
God, the laws suck, dude. That's just like these weaselly, like how they want to get a stimulus passed where they're going to send us cash again, but the Republicans are like, yeah, but we got to get like liability insurance in there too, where like you're not allowed to sue if you get COVID from like going to work or something. It's like that's like their priority, and it's like, fuck you, man. They really did a good job though in the late 90s, early 2000s of making you think like the biggest threat to our nation is frivolous lawsuits. Like, that's all you fucking heard, dude. you like heard about them constantly, and they would bring up the McDonald's thing where it's like, but then if you read about the McDonald's thing or watch that documentary, you're like, that shit was fucked up. You know?
Yeah, and there was hundreds of people more than just that lady behind that.
Yeah, and she like was fucked up from it. Like it fucked her up. And it's just like I think, you know what? To tell you the fucking truth, you should be able to do all the lawsuits you want to do. Who fucking cares? You know?
We've already had. I mean, that's what I think. The thing though is, I felt for so much of my life is like getting a lawsuit is like a lottery in America. Like if you can manage to trip on a sidewalk and break your arm, like that's enough to get you the car of your dreams or something.
Has
like,
to be in the right place though. You
Oh,
know,
of
you
course.
can't trip on like
I
my
know.
sidewalk. You ain't getting shit.
I still heard people say it. I mean, I still think that everyone believed that that the wrong people were suing all the time and getting paid, and the right people had grievances never got anything. It's the same old sourpuss attitude that is all of American culture.
You would like this. I mean, if there's a court system, we might as well fucking use it. Is the way I think. I've always thought about it. You know, it's like, I mean, if you got a company that's fucking you over, there should be a fucking middle ground place
Yes.
that you can go to. Although, I really think there should be more, especially in like a small claim situation. You should have to fucking go. It should be you versus a guy from the company, right?
Okay.
Like, and it should be like a regular ass person judge or regular ass people on a jury, right? Where it's just like, you go in there and you're like, dude, so I could go in, right? With some person from Kia.
Yes.
Okay?
Yep.
Me and this, just whatever their guy is. He could
Mediator.
be the best
Yeah.
Kia guy. I don't care. And then we go into a room with like a regular guy, judge,
Gal. Non-binary.
or gal, or non-binary, and regular people, jury. Okay? We go in
Do
there.
they have to pass a regular test? Or
No, they just fucking
grab them off the street.
You can grab regular people off the
Just-
street so easy.
just open the door and say who wants $50.
You just jury duty. It's just like, check it out, dude. You know,
Jury
you
duty.
got jury duty, and then there's 12 people there. And like, we just fucking go at it, arguing back and forth, and then they decide who wins. Without all this case law and all this stuff, you know, I think I could beat anybody.
People's court. You think that we should have people's courts?
I do. I really do. I think that would be the move.
I think that most of us also all have some sort of grievance that because we don't have the money for a lawyer, we really would rather have just get a third party to make a decision. There's roommate situations that I had with some of my best friends that like we don't talk about it anymore, but there's probably like $70 between us that we both go to bed every single night and think that they fucking owe it to us.
Yeah.
Or that they didn't do anything wrong, you know? But if 12 regulars sat down,
That's why I call them regulars.
and we're like, yeah, you fucking owe that $70. I'm like, fine, I do it. That's enough. I can be done with this now.
Here's your fucking $70. I love it. I love this idea. Maybe me and you just need to have a court show.
This made me laugh. Red Wizard in the chat said, I remember watching plenty of cartoons where suing was a plot of the episode.
Yeah. I'm going to sue you.
Yeah, there's Sue Crazy was definitely a trend in the 90s. It was a hit.
I just should be able to fight with the Kia people on a level playing field, not
The town square.
not me hiring some cheap fucking lawyer and then them bringing in like these high-powered car people lawyers and then me fighting them. I just don't want to do that. I don't think that's fair for me to have to do something like that, you know?
Yeah, I mean, I'm wondering if how would you handle that situation? Do you think you'd be able to speak your case? Do you feel more comfortable?
Because
the
the reason I say regular people, Brett, is this is what my case would be, okay? This is the reason why I say it should be regular people, is that, like, I should be able to go in a room and be like this. I bought this car. It's 5 years old. Transmission died. Catalytic converter died. Come on. You know what I mean?
That's case closed.
Yeah, and I should win. That's the win. Any regular ass person would be like, yeah, that's good point. You win. They owe you something. I don't know. I don't want another Kia though.
Dude,
Yeah.
I've done market research groups, like I've signed up, and 12 regulars, man, are too wily.
I know. That's
Can't
why you
trust
gotta
it.
get them, dude. Yeah, regulars are the best. I was reading this thing today from like the Pew Research Center about why weed should be illegal. And it was just like, here's some of the reasons that regular people said. Here's like some of the respondents said for why it should be illegal. And it's just people saying like, it's a drug. Drugs are illegal,
Right.
Or like a person just being like, my brother smokes weed and he just sits in his room and jerks off all day. I mean, what the hell? We
Right.
can't have that going on. Regular people get some opinions. I love it. That's why I think the editorial page shouldn't be like a job. It's like how we say like politicians shouldn't be a job. The editorial page shouldn't be a job. It should just be regular ass people writing what fucking grinds their gears every week.
It's Street Fight. You want to take Street Fight to the next level.
The New York Times
Establish
editorial
a
page.
petty court system.
Yeah, I love it. The people's court, dude. But literally the people's, like as in the way they say it in communism. The
Yeah.
workers' court is what I would call it.
Okay.
So yeah, my car's getting fixed, I think. I mean, obviously it could be another part, but what are you gonna fucking do?
It's not. I mean, that's a good deal. If somebody right now was like, "I'll replace your transmission and your whole exhaust for $2,000," I'd probably take them up on it. It seems like a good deal, right? Is that a good deal, Jason?
You did the transmission for $2,000.
What's that?
Said you did just the transmission.
Right.
Right.
The $2,000 for the transmission may be overpriced compared to what Johnny Transmission Works will do on the west side.
Yeah.
But I think it's a great package.
Yeah. So here's the other thing that my wife did to me today that was devastating. Okay. My shoes were wrecked.
Oh no, you brought it up.
I had to bring it up. Yeah. My shoes were wrecked. Okay.
Yeah, you're an extreme walker.
Yeah. So like my shoes will just go out of nowhere.
And I'm worried. I'm wondering about this myself. We're gonna do shoe talk. I want to jump in.
Yeah.
My shoes are running out, and I've read that runners just have to buy shoes all the time because that's just what happens. Like it's just a piece of equipment that when you put mileage on it, it fucks up. And I've had my shoes for almost 2 years now, and they're like the tread on the bottom is like slick, and it doesn't affect my running, but I don't know if people are trying to sell shoes or not.
It's hard to get shoes right now. I think it's a weird situation.
You can't get clearance shoes for number one.
Well, I got some.
Okay. Well,
Yeah. They got them on the websites
that's
too,
true.
dude.
Nordstrom Rack still does their stuff.
Well, I got mine on REI.
Okay.
But I get these shoes. I have to buy shoes with big soles, right? Because I walk so much. You want them to last a while.
Sure.
You give a lot of space there.
You had the North Face shoes before, which you for some reason called Bobos, which I think is not an apt name for such a high quality pair of shoes.
Just ugly is what they are.
I mean, yeah, we've talked about it. The hiking brands, for some reason, there isn't like anybody there that says, "Can we make it look good or stylish?"
Exactly.
They don't like. They just are like so worried about foot biometrics that there aren't like, let's get like a cool like swoop to put on the side of it, something that gives a little motion.
Can we hire somebody that like thinks in terms of fashion? Maybe it would be a good thing, or like style.
Yeah. I think Forsake makes some of them, but it looks like fashion boots to me.
Oh,
it looks like
okay.
Forever 21 boots.
So I bought these Hoka shoes, which come highly recommended.
Someone says Merrell's ugly as a mud fence.
They are. Merrell's are the worst looking shoes. I had a pair of
atrocious.
Merrell's, and I fucking looked at those things, and I bought them, and I'm so fucking humiliated, like wearing bad shoes.
I mean,
I'm
it's
a
how we were
fashionable
raised.
guy.
Well, you were just raised that way.
Yeah.
Plenty of people that go to the Hamptons buy those ugly shoes and wear them and are completely comfortable.
Yeah, people in Groveport though,
Yes.
like they would really give you hell about your shoes.
Yeah.
You had to have the right shoes. So I buy these Hokas, right?
Right, and these are all function. There's no fashion. It's all function. 100% function.
Yeah, and for the people watching on the stream, I'm going to show you these shoes. I'm going to show you this shoe now.
I've heard Hoka's a lot. The name is popular. It's
very popular.
Our weed lawyer, Stephen BC, the Canna Barrister, lives by Hoka's, and so you found some outlet Hoka's.
They weren't outlet. They were from REI, but they were just so like the listing on the thing said they were $180.
Uh-huh.
And I clicked it, and then there was another pair under it that was different colors for $97.
Okay.
And I was like, well, you gotta buy it.
Probably the outlet.
The
outlets, they're clearance.
Yeah, you got to buy the $97. I mean, it just showed that I was getting like a good deal.
To pay $83 for a fucking color is stupid.
Right, and it showed I was getting a great deal, so I fucking went. I just pulled the trigger right away, not even thinking about it.
What was the discount color?
It's like a black and gray with yellow on it.
Yellow. Okay.
There's yellow on it. Yellow's a very discount color. Like when you go to buy clothes, the yellow's always the cheapest of the clothes.
Yellow's on sale.
Yeah. So I get them and I put them on and I'm like, these things, I mean, the soles are really big. Pretty nice. I walk a lot.
Yeah.
I wear down the soles.
Comfy.
Really big. And my wife was like, you got some shape ups. You got some Skechers shape up looking shoes. I was like, don't fucking say that. Now I'm sensitive. So for the people watching on the stream,
that's a shape up.
This is the shoe.
He's got a memory foam mattress on the bottom of his shoe.
They're platform ass shoes.
Yeah, they have goldfish inside the bottom.
I feel like Frankenstein when I put them on. They feel like Frankenstein shoes.
The chat says they're Skechers.
They're not. They're Hokas.
Sketcher 1-1s.
Oh, you know what they probably did?
Skechers probably got fake Hokas by now.
I know, but Hoka, they're the same. They get pumped out like it's like Aldi.
Yes.
They get pumped out of the same machine.
Private label.
And they write Hoka on some and Sketcher on others.
Private label Hokas.
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, that's an atrocious shoe.
It's the ugliest shoes I've ever had in my life.
I wear ugly shoes. I wear the Keen sandals, the horrible sandals that cover your whole foot. But I wear them for hiking, and I wear them for like walking in creeks and for the mud. You're going to wear the shoes for the purpose, and that means you need a 2-inch lift on the back.
It's so I was saying, like, we can't go out anyway, so nobody's really going to see the shoes at any time where I would be sensitive, maybe, about. But I now feel like people are going to stop me on the street and be like, Skechers shape ups you're wearing there, my man? Who you, Joe Montana?
yeah, Joe Montana wore them.
Yeah.
His ass looked good from them. It might make your ass look good.
They got sued for that.
You have like a marble ass.
They got sued for the ass.
It doesn't do anything to your ass.
I don't think you can get in shape wearing shoes.
But if they're uncomfortable, horribly designed, ungodly shoes, part of like adapting to that new 3 inches tall lifestyle, it seems like it would realign your core.
They're not uncomfortable. These are comfortable shoes.
Yeah.
They're made for trail running. Okay? And apparently when you run on a trail, you need a little extra. And by a little, I mean double soles.
Yeah, 2 soles stacked on top.
2 soles stacked on top of each other. I mean, it's 2 inches of sole is what I'm trying to say.
I don't know what that does. I'm clearly not a shoe designer or a developer, but I seen all the other shoes and they avoided having soles that big. Is that just something we have to deal with?
No, I don't know.
For long range running, we have to just get the thick shoes.
Skechers will pay $40 million to settle FTC charges that it deceived consumers with ads for toning shoes.
Uh-oh.
Yeah, they got in trouble for the shape ups. They were like, buddy, no.
Try walking on your tippy toes if you want your calves to look good.
Well, these also have like the back. It's kind of like, it feels like I'm leaning back all the time.
What does that do?
I don't know. I'm hoping.
It makes you move forward?
Yeah, I haven't walked yet. So I'm letting it go. Okay? I'm I'm going to try not to be really sensitive about these shoes, although I feel very sensitive right now. Like I'm sensitive inside my heart about these shoes.
I mean, I would have to just punch through that. I would just call them shape-ups from that point on. It was like when I wore a purse and everybody tried to come up with weird names for it, like man bag or satchel and stuff. No, it's purse. Just say purse so that way we don't have to like say that these aren't shape-ups.
We have to dance around the shape-ups.
Yeah, I'm wearing shape-ups.
No, I'm going to say I'm running trail runners.
Somebody said.
They're trail runners.
Think Thirsty said those are some buoyant shoes. You can never lose those things in a lake. They come right to the top.
They're the biggest fucking soles ever made.
Yeah, you could ski on them motherfuckers.
Oh my god. So yeah, that's what I'm dealing with.
Those are great.
With these shoes. Yeah, those are great.
Well, that'd be good for putting some miles in. I mean, like
That's the hope.
dude. All of the athletic shoes you fucking destroy. Nike and Adidas doesn't make shoes that can stand up to real walking.
They can't.
They make shoes for office people.
Yep.
Those marshmallow ass shoes that Nike makes are for office workers.
My toe would be touching the concrete in 3 days if I got a pair of Nikes. You know, my average 7-day average steps right now, just for like a little bit of is 43,931.
Okay.
I have 45,235 steps today. You know, that's 17 miles. I walked 17 miles today.
Man,
So
I was thinking about getting those Hokas.
get them, dude.
Stefan is he's like a bug in your ear.
Get them.
He looks great too. He trail runs and like,
Yeah.
he's athletic.
Well, if you get them, then it won't be that weird that I got them. You know what I'm saying? Like,
But if like, so
I'm just gonna start
Stefan has
telling-
abs, dude. So like, if someone is like, your shoes look like fucking marshmallows, he can just pull his shirt up, you know, and just fend everybody off.
honestly, I'm just gonna tell people they were $180.
And that's a good one
That's
too.
just what I'm gonna do.
You can't even afford these. You can't even afford to look this dumb.
Just telling people.
Yeah, shape up. It's a premium. It's a premium to exercise while you walk like this.
So, I saw a story from the National Review this week, and it's by Armand White, which is, I believe he's the guy that gives good movies bad reviews and bad movies good reviews.
Yeah, he's
you know
the
what I'm talking
contrarian
about?
movie
Is he the
reviewer.
guy?
Yep. He's at the top of a lot of Rotten Tomatoes.
So he wrote this thing called the Antifa Film Syllabus for the National Review.
The Antifa. Oh, on Letterboxd?
Yeah, it's 25 movies. 25 movies that turned a generation into nihilistic anarchists.
I think I did glimpse this.
So I thought we would like check out this list of movies that turned people into nihilistic anarchists.
Okay, I want to know. I want to know real quick if I can do this Google search while I talk. I want to know his age. He's kind of in there.
I thought he's an older guy.
Yeah, he's older than it feels like he's trying to approximate what I like. It feels like when a grown up talks to, tries to sum up my life.
Yeah,
The same way we do to 25-year-olds.
he was born. Oh, this
got
guy
it.
is so fucking cool, though. You know what I mean?
Is he?
I think he is.
Yeah, he's been around forever. He was writing in 92.
Yeah, and he's given some movies like he gave Rise of the Cobra, Jonah Hex, Grown Ups, and I Pronounce You Chuck and Larry good reviews.
What? Well,
Yeah.
Rise of the Cobra was good.
Yeah. Oh yeah, I did.
The G.I.
Wait,
Joe movie.
no, the one with the Rock is good. The Rise of the Cobra wasn't. It was okay. It was like
I didn't complain about either of them.
I liked Retaliation a lot with Bruce Will because they have Bruce Willie and the other guy.
All right.
You know,
Bruce
the
Willis
Rock.
style.
So that's cool. That's cool. So let's look at the first movie on his list.
This is what programmed us into anarchists.
The Dark Knight, 2008. Comic book culture's subversion of heroism into nihilism took root with Christopher Nolan's pompous seriousness. Heath Ledger's Goblin, the face of the millennium, joked, "Why so serious?" Turning
Goblin?
life into Halloween and eventually taking more lives than his own.
He called Joker the Goblin?
I think he thinks Joker's a goblin. But he sort of is, but I think Goblin's like a specific thing.
Yeah, Goblin's like a
Is like a goblin a guy?
No, it's a creature. It's like a it's
Like a specific creature?
no, like a mythical creature.
Okay, because I thought goblin just meant like ugly little thing. You know, everything's like anything that's ugly and
think
little.
that's a
You're just
gr-
like that's a
I
goblin.
think that's a gremlin.
No, gremlins are fucking gremlins. I know what a gremlin is. I love those fucking little guys.
Yeah, but they were saying I think gremlin existed.
No, a
before
gremlin is a very specific thing because a gremlin was also in that Alfred Hitchcock movie, and it was basically the same looking gremlin on the wing.
that. Alfred Hitchcock.
People are just so mad at us right now. Like a goblin is a goblin.
6,000.
movie, right?
Are you talking about
Twilight Zone.
Twilight
maybe.
Zone.
Yeah, Twilight Zone. It's got a gremlin
60,000
too.
feet, whatever.
Yeah, and
With,
it's basically
William Shatner.
and it basically looks like the other gremlins.
It's also a car.
Fucking rad car. That's the kind of car I would get. Classic car.
I have heard a lot of race people say that they've got gremlins in the engine. To just say like, you have gremlins in your engine. Actually,
Well,
you have an unspecified problem that is just going to get worse every time you try to fix it.
But I'm saying gremlins are a specific looking creature that causes issues,
Sure,
right?
Goblins do
Because
too.
that's what they do. Goblins are goblins, you know?
I think goblins are just like medieval gremlins. Like gremlins live in the city, goblins live in the provinces and like provincial.
That's true,
life.
yeah.
Like,
Goblins
they
are
live in Beauty and the
rural
Beast time.
gremlins.
They're rural gremlins. That's the way to, exactly. Now we figured it out.
That's what it is. Vertigo. From 1958, Hitchcock's most obsessive love story became a how-to manual for people who are not sure who they are, but who are busy reconstructing themselves and each other to fit a kind of social ideal.
Wait, I'm sorry. The Dark Knight is which one is that? The Joker one?
That's the Joker one.
Okay, that kind of did. I think that did turn me into anarchist a little bit. The part when he says, everybody, soldiers die overseas and everybody doesn't bat an eye, but something happens at the hospital and we lose our fucking minds. Whenever he does that thing,
That's tight.
that was Jokerfied. That
Yeah.
that was a foot in the door. Also, I got millennial friends with Joker tattoos.
That's true.
I think I think that's a point for him.
Yeah, I feel like Bane was more the anarchist.
Bane
because Bane was like an anarchist for real, and also
Doing the right thing.
you liked him all the way up until for some reason he wanted to explode the whole city, and you're like, well, I mean, we don't want to do that.
Yeah, no, we want the right people.
Vertigo, which is I haven't seen Vertigo.
Vertigo.
Yeah, I haven't seen Vertigo. Have you seen Vertigo?
I have not seen Vertigo, unfortunately.
I mean, we're bad people. Joker.
Maybe I did. Did I see Vertigo?
It's a Hitchcock movie. I
know it
figured
is.
you'd
I
have
wonder-
seen it.
Yeah, I think. No, I haven't seen that one. Wrong one.
Okay, so Joker is the next one, which
What did Vertigo do to kids exactly?
it says Hitchcock's most obsessive love story became a how-to manual for people who are not sure who they are, but who are busy reconstructing themselves and each other to fit a kind of social ideal. That's Sight and Sound editor Nick James nailing the degraded use of good filmmaking to negative purposes when Vertigo overtook Citizen Kane in 2015 as film culture's new favorite best film.
What? That is just life. I mean, your entire life is going to be thinking about what you did 5 years ago and then feeling chills run over your whole fucking body.
That's
and
true.
figure out how you can square it with how you feel today and how you could possibly be the same fucking person.
And it
That's
is
life for everybody. My mom never listened to country my entire life, and then 9/11 happened, and she had a country ringtone on her phone.
yeah.
She is also victim.
Ted Cruz, same thing.
Yeah.
Remember?
No.
You don't remember that? Ted Cruz
Started listening to country after
he
9/11?
said he did. I'll get you the quote because it's actually very funny quote. But yeah, Ted Cruz started listening to country on hold
9/12? I became a country fan on 9/12.
Yeah, I think that's how he basically said it. Ted Cruz. Okay. He said he said that like rock music let him down because he was a big fan. He goes he says I didn't like the way rock music responded to 9/11. So he switched to country. Vic Berger did a video. If you put your headphones in, I can play you Vic Berger's video of it because that's where I remember seeing it. We'll just play the audio real quick of Ted Cruz.
This is what I'd like to know. What kind of music do you listen to?
You know, music is interesting. I grew up listening to classic rock, and I'll tell you sort of an odd story. My music taste changed on 9/11. I didn't like how rock music responded. And country music collectively, the way they responded, it resonated with me. And I have to say, ever since 2001,
They said they put a boot up your ass.
Country music, my music.
They said Toby Keith said he put a boot up your ass. I like that. Rock music never said they're going to shove a bass guitar up someone's ass.
I thought rock music handled 9/11 just as badly as country music did.
Didn't they ignore
Didn't
it?
they do that fucking thing? What's going on? Remember what's going on? What's going on? What's going on? And like they would take it was like all the celebs in this "What's Going On" video,
Is that
and they
rock
did
music?
a cover of but it had like Fred Durst did a rap in it. It had like all.
Yo, I want to know what's going on.
Yeah, that's basically what. What's going on? Racism, you know.
Yeah.
Now they flying planes like a bomb. I don't remember what that's. Sorry.
No, you got it right.
But yeah, Fred Durst did "What's Going." They did that, and that was all rock people. And like, I'm sure Pete Townsend said, 9/11 was bad.
Maybe not. I mean, I wouldn't say that. Ted Cruz didn't see him saying it. There was no anti-Muslim rock songs that came out, was there? What ones came out besides on popular radio?
They were trying to be peaceful, dude. But
that's not what we needed.
They were still doing They were still like against 9/11.
It was like fucking Trent Reznor being like, "There's a clown in the White House."
No. As a matter of fact, the Tool guy, remember the Tool guy was like, "I think 9/11 was bad, and we shouldn't go to war." Or
Maynard?
no, he said we should go to Yeah, in Columbus. He did a show in Columbus right after
Maynard
9/11. There was a whole issue.
Troops.
Yeah.
I think all like Blitz Rock is our biggest station, and they love the troops and war and 9/11, and fighting back against 9/11 in Benghazi. What is he talking about?
I'm trying to think of who.
He just likes the "Boot Up Your Ass" song is all he's not willing. It's
Yeah.
like that's the only one he listens to.
I mean, these guys did. Remember
Well,
Paul
boot up,
Ryan,
boot
how
up,
he
boot
liked
up.
Rage Against the Machine, though?
Oh yeah.
Like, these guys do. I think what it is they get their feelings hurt, right? Because, one thing I can guarantee is Ted Cruz was a Bruce Springsteen fan. You gotta agree with that.
Sure.
He's 100% got Bruce Springsteen vibes.
He would be a hipster though about it.
And Bruce does not like Ted Cruz, right? So that's probably all it is. These Republican guys get their feelings hurt because it would suck, It would absolutely suck to be a dude and be like, "Hey, man, I'm a real big fan of Neil Young," and Neil Young to be like, specifically, "I don't want you to listen to my music. You suck."
Yeah, I don't know. Ted Cruz, though, he's always going for like a troll where he'd be like, "I like Nebraska by Bruce Springsteen." Like, he'll go for deep cut stuff to say he's like an authentic fan, not just born in the USA. But here's what I have to say: country music was actually embroiled in a lot of controversy after 9/11 when the Chicks decided to say George Bush was like a shitty president.
They were embarrassed that he's our president.
Embarrassed he was the
But
president.
they said it in
and they
Europe.
called him out for doing cocaine.
Yeah, no.
They did.
I thought it was all she said was because I was listening to right-wing radio at that time, almost exclusively. Glenn Beck, Rush Limbaugh. That was my period of time where I was listening to right-wing radio, and they were like, "How dare you go over to another country and say bad things about our president?" And that's what they were mad about, is because she was bad-mouthing our president in a country where they probably didn't like our president. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, I remember seeing the video, though, of where they talked about draft dodgers, and they like in the song, they yelled out that he was like at home doing cocaine.
Oh, probably. I mean, that had
Who
to
wouldn't?
suck for
I
them.
would.
That was a real... I mean, I feel bad. I felt so bad for them. Maybe not at the time. I thought they probably needed to be pulled off the air at the time because I was fucking psycho.
Sure.
But now I'm like, God, it must have sucked to be them. Imagine the
when
hate
people
mail
get the
and shit.
bulldozers out and start driving over your CDs and shit.
Yeah, the steamroller thing.
Yeah, the steamroller. Yeah.
So the next movie is Joker, which we already covered.
Yeah.
It's just whatever.
Everyone's afraid of that movie. I haven't seen it. I want to watch it.
I think you should watch it.
I think I should too.
I saw it in the theater.
I definitely have a bad prejudice against it, and I think that I'll probably enjoy it way more than I ever expected.
Yeah, I mean, it's not something that you can like. Well, okay, I don't want to say this about Katie would hate it. There's just no way I'm getting Katie to watch that movie.
You've been Joker-fied!
But yeah, the next movie is the Battle of Algiers, which I have seen actually.
That was on the top 100. This is a nerds that was like in the top 100 criteria, whatever that list is.
Yeah,
AFA list, right?
Yeah, AFI. Top 500 or whatever. So the next one, The Social Network, which.
Yeah, come on. Well, you liked that movie a lot when it came out.
I know.
I remember busting your balls about it.
I mean, I still don't think it was bad. It was fine.
Yeah.
I like that guy. I like the Jesse Eisenberg guy. I like that kid.
He's great.
I think I like him in everything. I like him when he was Lex Luthor and he made that senator drink his piss. I even like that.
Okay.
You know?
That's a good Lex Luthor. I like...
that is an evil thing, that, making somebody drink your piss.
Wonderland, that's my top Eisenberg movie.
Yeah. I liked The Squid and the Whale.
Oh.
I like everything he does. Zombieland.
Yep.
Big fan of Zombieland. Big fan of American Ultra. That's a cool one. Pulp Fiction.
Pulp Fiction, yes, I guess, but that's no. That's a no. That's not a yes, I guess. That's a no.
I mean, how would it
That's who hasn't seen that movie?
Right, and
is he just going after college people now? He's going after college dorm posters?
Yeah, I don't know Good Will Hunting, the next one.
These are just popular movies in my lifetime. What did they do to... They turned me into an anarchist?
That's what they're saying.
Because the janitor was better at math than the teacher?
That's what it says.
Well, I agree, actually, because I never graduated college, and I'm smarter than every goddamn professor there is.
The next one's Gladiator.
I say 300 over 300 took over Gladiator. People forgot about once 300 came out.
Really? Yeah, I guess.
Come on. Who does Gladiators? Who does the thumbs
People
up?
love
Who still
that
does
movie.
the thumbs up? Who does the quivering thumbs up to their friends and gives them the thumbs down on their cannonball?
No, it is actually that the thumbs up, thumbs down. That's
the Caesar
classic shit, dude. That's the classic shit.
So, really, I don't know. What did the movie? Does he have a breakdown of what that taught us? Or
what, Gladiator? Another comic book movie for those who never read Gibbon, Virgil, Horace, Socrates, Plato, Ovid, or Steve Reeves. Yet frustrated Occupy Wall Street anarchists take inspiration from its rallying cry, "Unleash Hell," which, by the way, never heard anybody say that at a protest.
He was in New York City, looking out his window, and saw a sign that said, "What does it say? Raise hell?
Unleash hell."
Unleash hell. He saw a sign that said "Unleash Hell" and was like, "Oh my god, they've gone Gladiator on us."
Yeah,
Gladiator, legendary movie. That was also
that's a guy movie,
prominently displayed. Honestly, what I used to do, I'd have the DVDs all sideways, but you'd take the good ones and you'd flip them full way so that you'd have just little pictures of the top movies. And
I like to put the ones I liked on top of the DVD player so it looked like I've been watching them. It was like a move I did.
Yeah, you're just always have it on demand. I get Casino in 3 seconds.
Yeah.
We can have it on.
I've watched Casino 200 times.
Yeah.
I never watch Elektra. That just sits there.
Yeah.
Matrix Reloaded and Matrix Revolutions.
Definitely. That definitely radicalized me. I mean, just the concept of it opened my mind to that reality is fucking fake and they're lying to us about everything.
The Lord of the Rings.
Hey, I fell asleep through all those.
Never saw them. Never even
is that just
was I'm not watching them.
Good guys win in the end? I don't know what a small scrappy crew can take down the fucking devil.
People love it. I don't know. There's wizards and stuff in it. There's a guy named Gandalf. I'm not seeing it,
What does this do? So this turned people into anarchists?
Antifa.
Leftists. They thought they could be a goblin army.
Yeah.
And they were nothing but a bunch of gremlins. They weren't raised in the country. They're city fucking rats.
Yeah, the Harry Potter films.
Yeah, that's another movie about triumphing over evil. He seems to really be bothered by movies where good triumphs over evil, I think is what I've found.
Yeah, No Country for Old Men, which evil wins.
Love it. What did that teach?
It says a switch on an Old West heroism from Law and Order to modern violent psychosis. The film's felt hero is serial killer Anton Chigurh. Hopefully, Javier Bardem's version of the Joker. Hopefully to the Coen brothers' everlasting regret.
It's absolutely a wonderful movie, but if anything, in the wrong hands, aka conservatives and right-wing people, it presents violence as this unstoppable force of nature that nobody, no matter how good-hearted or well-intentioned they are, can stop the badness of the world. I don't think that. That's definitely out the.
No, I don't think anybody. Yeah, and I don't think anybody thinks Anton Chigurh's the good guy in that.
No,
movie. Nobody thinks that.
No,
nobody wants to see him win in the end.
The movie is a bummer.
Yeah,
That he just fucking that he just fucking gets out of there.
Nothing happens to him. He
fucking limps away.
Yep.
He has to go nurse a wound in another hotel room for a month.
Yeah, Mad Max Fury Road. Which look, I'm gonna agree with Armin here. Because every single person that's an anarchist likes that movie.
That's true.
That's like their favorite action movie.
And the black and white one especially.
Yeah.
I think that's also a movie that's kind of gave us a vision of the future. And it did it 70 years ago as well. Because it came out 70 years ago. In the 70s. It came out during the gas crisis. We are also in a crisis of the environment. And so... All right, that one counts. You get a point, Armand.
Black Panther, which that's just
that's government propaganda.
Yeah, that is
the CIA is like the in that movie.
Yeah.
What does that have to do with anything fucking Antifa?
It says Marvel's ultimate hoax became a tool for confusing community activism with the absurd legend of Wakanda, an Afrofuturistic fantasy for those who have not read Frantz Fanon or Invisible Man. And the last one here is Parasite.
What about Octavia Butler? Like Frantz Fanon. What does that have to... okay, go ahead. Sorry.
The last one's Parasite, which is actually that movie. So, that's the list of Antifa movies. So if you're Antifa, that's what did it to you. You know?
I mean, Fanon is great, but I don't think that... I don't think that's quite the analogous to Black Panther in a way.
It's not. It is not.
I don't remember being the Afrofuturism. I'd like to be corrected though.
Yeah. Well, Wakanda is like a futuristic. They have all the best stuff and whatever.
So he's mad that they floated this lie that like black people could have access to the most powerful element in the universe, and I really they would use it for utopia.
I felt like his explanation was very difficult to understand there. Like, it's just because it made people feel good, I think, is really what he was saying.
Yeah. Okay.
You know?
All right. Because I get it. It made Black Lives Matter people feel good.
Yeah. All right. So Brett brought me this Pastor Greg Locke video.
Oof.
And
I got this from the Minion Death Commandos Facebook group, the Minion Death Cult fan group, and it's absolutely unhinged and weird. And it's like, I mean, I guess we're doing the same thing. It's minor celebrity in a way where I always feel so cautious about what I do, and I'm a bad influence in certain ways, but I think that my message overall is to be caring and kind to everybody and look out for people. And it's funny to see like this guy who is a fucking pastor spend his time doing this shit.
I mean, I want to describe him first.
Well, no, I want to hear. I want them to hear the voice.
Okay.
So they can develop something in their mind, and then we will break it to them.
Okay. So think about what you think this person looks like in your head, and here we go.
You want me to switch the video now?
Hey guys, Pastor Greg Locke here. I want to give a few of you a moment to start sharing this video and hopping on. But I've got a lot to say, a lot to chit chat about in the next few minutes, so I'm just going to jump right in. And let me just go ahead and warn you up front, as with many of my videos, not only do you want to buckle in and buckle up and hold on for the ride, some of you may not be able to make the leap with me after this, because I'm pretty spitting mad about a bunch of nonsense. Did you know there's been nothing in the...
I want to stop this real quick and say
This is our pastor, the spitting mad pastor.
he is spitting mad, okay? And that's something that just happens. This guy, it's sad that a guy like this, with this voice and all this stuff, you know, has to do the like and subscribe. Kind of the gimmicks and stuff. Like me and you, we're like comedian type, like we're not like tough dad type guys, you know?
Well, so this guy is wearing an Under Armour shirt. He's very clean cut. He's in the front of his vehicle. But the thing about it is, for what we do, I have just found that the promotion stuff doesn't always stick. And when someone is constantly doing this, they are reading articles. You realize that like every night before bed, they read 90 minutes of social media articles about how to optimize their feed, how to get more engagement, and how to make things. They're listening to podcasts. Like, just make your video. Like, if you have a grievance, like, go on the video. What are you asking people? Why do we need to subscribe? When you're going to get into another altercation that we want to get into?
Yeah, he wants us to go along on his life journey with him, just like we want our listeners.
That's true. I talked to Kenzo Shibata on his Class Time podcast about a YouTuber named Riccicado Avocado. And
okay.
Yeah, very odd situation. But the guy started out as a vegan and now eats like hamburger patties from the Heart Attack Grill, like hamburgers with 10 patties on them. Like it's like a huge wooden steak, and he's just got them on the side, and he's just munching through a dozen hamburger patties with bacon and cheese all over.
He went from vegan to that?
To that.
Okay.
And so now he's getting in fights with everybody, and it's just all about algorithm. Like whatever people like or respond to, these folks are so just driven on like
moving the numbers.
Yeah. By whatever it takes to move the numbers.
Well, let's find out what he's spitting mad about here.
You can cut ahead if you want, or if you want to keep going.
Oh, I was just going to let him go for another few minutes to find out why he's spitting mad.
American culture, and nothing in the church of the Lord Jesus Christ that has separated the body more than these stupid things right here.
It's a mask. He's holding up a mask. So those are separating Jesus Christ from
the body of Christ.
That's
we normally eat that, but we also need to share it.
Yeah, yeah.
Safety precautions. No, what these are gags, ladies and gentlemen. These have become idols. These don't do anything whatsoever. They're the dumbest thing that's ever been created by humanity, okay?
Well, I mean, that's like a, that's a stretch.
He's saying if you're going to gag me, why don't you spank me?
Well, it's not a gag, though. Is he, like, wearing it wrong?
I don't know. What I have to wonder with some of these people is whether or not they cover their mouth when they sneeze, and I have to believe that they fucking don't.
I do, too. The way they talk about it, though, is that, like, there's some freedom of speech that is being curtailed because people can't see your face.
You can't show your teeth. You can't show that you're smiling.
Yeah.
That's limiting your First Amendment right, because you can't, like when the Walmart cashier gives you your total, you can't just frown at them and go,
yeah, these people never smile. That's why they want to express their disgust at all times.
People assume I'm smiling under this thing. I'm popping mad. I'm spitting mad.
I think everybody looks kind of irritated with the mask on.
Critique, and maybe it's pointing out hypocrisy, but if you're spitting mad, mask time.
Yeah.
You gotta put some cloth over that spitting madness.
You gotta wear a mask, my man.
So he rambles on for quite a few minutes, but I gave you a timestamp.
I'm moving to it now.
He goes into... This is a pastor. Now, we all know Brian did the Holy Boys, Brian did the Holy Boys thing with Tom. We know they're all full of shit, but I just, in real time, I can't watch this stuff happen and think that this is a spiritual leader of a fucking church. Hit him with it.
There's a bunch of people that follow this guy and go to his church.
And you can collect money online.
Yeah.
Like, he can do a Facebook Live sermon and people can throw tips in there.
He's a spiritual leader to many people. So here we go.
Me a preaching sponsorship. Listen, I have had hundreds of people in the last few years all over the world send me Dunkin' Donuts gift certificates and gift cards because I always talk about Dunkin'. I go to Dunkin' every single day, and every day I get the same thing. I get 2, right here, count them, 2 medium hot coffees, 7 cream, 5 sugar in each.
What? Why does he, first of all, 14 cream,
Yeah.
10 sugar.
Wow.
He gets another one for another person, I hope? Or
No.
does he have his like ratio figured out and he's like, I'm just...
Well, we learned about this with the coffee guy from New York, is that people buy coffee for later and just let it sit.
And then microwave?
Yeah. I think my mom used to microwave the coffee from earlier in the day. It's something that me as a millennial, I never would consider not having it after it's hot. I'm always like, oh no, this went cold, and I throw it down the fucking drain. That's how I was about coffee for a lot of my life. If I make a piping hot pot of coffee, there is a limit. There's 90 minutes that I can drink it in.
You don't like
14 creams.
Yeah. 7 cream, 5 sugars. And I looked it up before we recorded. A sugar is a teaspoon of sugar.
So
5 teaspoons of sugar in each medium. It's a fucking medium coffee too. He's drinking a fucking milkshake.
A medium, yeah, you're right. That's 12 ounces of coffee.
Yeah, I think it's 16.
A medium 16?
It looks like it.
European people are like gasping right now.
Well, Dunkin' has...
Medium is 16 ounces in America.
I like Dunkin' too because their sizes are bigger.
Now, isn't their coffee known to be abnormally fucking sweet? Like the Keurigs, I remember buying the donut shop coffee Keurigs, and those were supposed to be imitation Dunkin', and they were like a glazed donut.
Yeah, I don't know. I think that like their black coffee's really good. Like that's what I drink is black coffee. Man, I'm a man. It's a very macho thing I do. I drink black coffee. 10
teaspoons, that's 3 tablespoons of sugar.
Yeah. He's going in on the sugar, man.
He's got nothing else. He needs like some benzos or like a bottle of whiskey or some weed or something.
Anything. Yeah.
Just slow the fuck down.
Sex.
Dude. Like you got to sex, some illicit sex, something to just cool you out.
Yeah.
Fuck, man, you need a release.
I'm gonna go back like just a second here and let him catch up. Here we go.
Count them, 2 medium hot coffees, 7 cream, 5 sugar in each one. Yeah, I know I got a problem, but that's another video. 7 cream, 5 sugar, medium coffee. I get 2 of them, 2. My family and I are out of town for a few days, spend some time with the kids, and I know the sign on Dunkin' Donuts says that it is mandatory for you to have a mask when you walk in. But I've been going to that Dunkin' Donuts for the last several days since we've been here, and nobody has said a peep. Nobody has says jack squat about anything. I've been going in, I'm nice, I order my 2 coffees, 7 cream, 5 sugar, and I walk out. I do it every day, about 9 in the morning and 5 or 6 o'clock at night. Every single day. I do it at home and every town I preach.
This guy needs Adderall, is what he needs. He needs something to fucking bring it down several notches.
Yeah.
Is what I would hate to be as old as this guy, which I probably am. Me and him probably roughly the same age, and have that energy level.
I know. He just like is a hummingbird. Just up there like fucking digging his nails into the chair like, I gotta do something right now.
His energy level is just so too much,
In every place I go, nothing has been any different. And so I've been going the last few days with the signs on the door, but I still don't wear the mask because I'm not in compliance. I'm in defiance. I'm sick of this nonsense, and you should be too. But
brave. This is a brave man, actually.
Yeah. I don't think I said this on the show, but there was Did we talk about that Facebook group post where somebody posted this story from like 2070 where they talked about being a kid right now and they remember when the mask started? Do you remember that?
Yes, I didn't read it. I don't remember at all.
There was this Facebook post going around. It was like 5 paragraphs, and it was like, my grandma sat me down today. It's 2070, and my grandma sat me down and said, oh yeah, back in 2020, that's when they started the masks. That's when everybody, you know, had to, and she was like, and then in 2021, everybody had to have the vaccine or you won't go outside. And then the kid says, is that why you keep the Bible hidden in the backyard still? And like all of like,
I gotta find this post.
It's so good. Like it was the downfall of society. And it's an old white supremacist trope, I found out. Like, it's an old Stormfront thing from forever ago, where they would just write about how, like, you know, oh, grandpa, there used to be white men. Now it's all mixed race people and shit, you know?
Okay.
It's like, it's this handed over format. And I don't know where I was going with it, but this guy has, like, the same...
It's got the same energy.
Oh, I'm sorry. So, anyways, I posted that. And a street fight person commented and said, I actually have a story from the 1918 flu. My grandma used to say, your aunt died from that because they thought God would protect her.
Yeah. Yeah.
Like, that's the real history of the 1918 flu, is that there was dummies just like this.
Yeah.
I've already seen them. Like I've seen pictures. They were still photos from back then with people that refused to do it. And there's been squads of people. I've seen old photos of squads of people that tried to force people to wear masks and shit. And this is just a repeat of history, man. It's the same thing. There's just these God-fearing people are always going to want everybody to just fucking die.
Well, they're just not smart. I mean, I found out that
dumb shit is a good way to put it.
Somebody I know that is a dipshit. It was a person that was a flat earther. Okay, that I knew. The person I knew that was a flat earther is now hopping mad. I mean, spitting mad. Okay, and nobody's done jack sprat about it.
Yeah.
Okay. I'm going to tell you that right now, okay? But this person is furious because they can't get hydroxychloroquine. And I'm just like, and also this person also believes they got an upper respiratory infection from wearing a mask. They smoke 2 packs of cigarettes a day and weed. They smoke weed all day too. Okay?
Yeah.
And they eat like shit. Okay?
I mean...
And they got the upper respiratory infection from the... Look, if I get an upper respiratory infection, it's from the cigarettes, not the mask.
Yeah.
I'm not going to blame it on something else. But this thing was like... I'm watching this thing. I'm reading this article the other day where, like, the Surgeon General, Trump's... I believe, Surgeon General, it's like, hey, the hydroxychloroquine doesn't work.
Right.
Let's just move on. You know? Like, this person's just like, just give it to us.
Let us have it then.
Yeah.
I don't want to buy fish antibiotics. I want the real thing.
Yeah. Here's more.
Standing there, I've ordered my stuff. I've paid for my stuff. I've kindly, gently talked to the ladies that have talked to me every single day that are super nice. And then all of a sudden, here comes Nazi Skippy. He comes walking out with his little mask and he's like, sir, I just want you to know. Now, by the way, he didn't have to embarrass me in front of everybody, but he did, which was probably...
You were embarrassed. So we know now that you feel shame.
From Nazi Skippy.
The Nazis famously known for embarrassing people. That was actually one of their big crimes.
So it's actually quite hilarious that we're tied up in this person's like narcissistic cloud of nonsense. They went to a place where they mandate masks. The person in charge of making sure the masks are mandated said, hey, why aren't you wearing a mask? And he's like, this fucking guy's killing the buzz around here.
This fucking Nazi.
People wearing masks and want to wear them, and then Nazi Skippy's over here. All of a sudden, I got to talk to you about it. What the fuck, man? I was about to leave.
Yeah. But, I mean, that's the
Cover your
other
pie
thing.
hole.
A conservative person.
You have an exhaust pipe for COVID coming out of your fucking head.
Probably further than most people because
Yes.
he's a yeller. And
Oh yeah,
not
and he's spitting mad all the time.
never stops talking. This guy.
Probably a mistake because I'm not a real silent guy when you push my buttons too far.
Okay.
He's like, sir, the next time you come into my store, I want you to have a mask on. I said, okay, Lord, just help me. May I stay calm? May I not say a word? But I'm not a sheep. And so sometimes I just have to say things back. I said, sir,
This
I've
is a
been coming to this
crackhead.
store for the
What?
This guy, I don't know if that's derogatory. This guy was a former speed abuser. This is somebody that got. I feel like this is somebody that got saved from meth or crack and is now on the Lord grift.
Honestly, he looks like a fitness guy.
He does a lot,
and it really probably is caffeine. It's probably 100% caffeine, and he's just a fitness guy.
Loves the smell of his own shit.
Yeah, he loves talking.
He loves to be the center of
fitness.
attention. Loves peck dancing.
Yeah. Here. So first of all, also, these conservative people are fucking, for some reason now, like, well, inside the business, they can't tell you what to do.
Yeah.
You know? Where before, they would be like, you know, it's a private business. They don't have to make a cake.
Right.
For a gay
If they don't
couple.
want to make cakes, they don't have to.
Yeah. But now it's like, well, but if
I have a right to go to Walmart, though. I mean, you think that they once again revealing they're embarrassed by this, how stupid they are, but also that they think Walmart is a nationalized thing. They think there's just an American right that there's like a contract with Walmart. We're like, sorry, I'm an American, I get to go in there.
Well, they think, yeah, that's what freedom is to them. Freedom is being allowed to go to Lowe's and Dunkin' Donuts and get a coffee with 5 sugars and 7 creams. You know, that fucking coffee's half cream.
That's a lot of cream.
I know. I mean, but this guy's in good shape. I gotta give him the good shape thing.
Is he trying to do some sort of bulletproof coffee hack or something?
I mean, my stepdad was always in like pretty, like, he wasn't in bad well, I mean, until he died, obviously he wasn't in great shape, but like he like always looked fine, and he just sugar all day and all night. And he was a recovered alcoholic though, so like he was replacing, but just was crazy about the sugar. Loved it.
I love it too.
Yeah, me too. I'm a sugar boy.
I'm a carb guy with the
carbon sugar.
Vegetarianism. It's very easy to just go carbon sugar all the time.
It is.
Which are
it
the
is.
same thing.
I just wish there was like some way for my brain not to always crave carbs with meat.
Yeah.
Like that's like every meal I want is a sandwich with meat on it, and I have to fight that urge every
not
single day.
Not today.
Yeah, every day.
I do too. Every time it's just like I want deep fried anything. I'll take deep fried anything for dinner.
I'm getting better at like regulating that thing, because I did have a pretty unhealthy dinner today, but there were also mozzarella sticks, and they were like, "Do you want one?" And I was like, I can't like even.
That's too bad.
I can't. No, it was really like, I don't want to eat another fried thing.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
And it was just like, my wife was
growing up.
peeled the breading off the mozzarella stick.
Oh, here's all the healthy stuff.
Well,
say things back. I said, sir, I've been coming to this store for the last several days and nobody has said one thing to me about one of these silly masks. He's like, well, last night at 5 o'clock, it was an actual mandate. I said, wait a minute, you just lied to me in front of all these people in the store, because the sign has been saying for 2 or 3 days when I've been coming in 2 or 3 times a day to get my 7 cream, 5 sugar, 2 medium coffees.
fuck, dude. He drinks like 7 coffees a day.
How many? He said he comes.
He said he comes in 2-3 times and gets 2 medium coffees.
Yeah.
This guy is a mess, dude.
Also,
just everything going on. And like his whole life is fucking out of control, you know?
I also think he said that he wasn't in compliance with the silly mask regulations, which probably means there wasn't like a bird nose or some sort of like googly eyes attached to it. Like his mask wasn't silly enough.
He
for
didn't
that
want to
location.
wear. He's like, you're demanding I wear a clown nose. I will not wear a clown nose, and you will not make me.
You're like a little Mr. E, fool. Like, that's cool. Yeah. I mean, yeah. That's the gagging. I don't understand why these people that are the loudest, screamiest, most angriest people think that putting a fucking piece of cloth over their mouth is going to silence them in any fucking way. I can still say everything and anything I ever fucking wanted to behind that mask.
Maybe me and you just have like a confidence that our loud mouths will carry through past the fabric. That this guy is. I mean,
I feel muffled.
Yeah, this guy. This dude has. There's a lot going on with this guy that you just. First off,
I followed him.
This is because I know this.
We're gonna update
because I'm like this guy. I'm like the leftist atheist version of this guy.
Okay.
He never stops talking.
Yes.
He just will never stop. The reason I have to walk for 5 to 7 hours a day is so that I have a period of time where I'm not talking.
Yeah.
You know?
You're out of the habit of just yelling at somebody's uninterested face.
Yes. Yeah. And I think this guy like is just like super. He like at the end of the night when he goes home, he wonders if anybody really likes him.
Oh man, you're being too mean now. If he sees me talking, if he hears that, that's gonna fucking tear him up.
I'm not.
It is.
But that is.
He desperately wants people to think that he's good and decent and likable. Like he's such an embarrassment.
And here's the other thing about him is that this is the only mode he runs in. Like me and you, like people are listening now and they're like, well, he's doing a video, you know, he has to keep talking.
Yeah.
But I can fucking guarantee you that like this is his whole life.
Yeah.
Is that like his kids' faces are the video camera, his wife's face is the video camera, his parishioners' faces are the video camera, and he just talks at them all fucking day.
Yeah, I think he's Pastor Gates that runs around with his head on a swivel and is just like tied up in things that he makes seem really important.
Yep.
And then you figure out that he just has a scuffle with Dunkin' Donuts employees.
Yeah.
And it's taking up his whole day.
If you go to this guy's church, you got to be like, hey, you know, can you fucking cool it with the like service workers in town?
He's doing a Trumpy thing in a way where probably people that go to his church can't say out loud and proud. They can't go to Walmart and start a fight with like the fucking security officer there. And so they're like, he does it, man. He does. He talks about how the body of Christ has been split up by these dang silly things. He's not gonna wear a giraffe mask just to.
Do you think he's talked about this at like he's done these sermons?
We need modern church, dog. I mean, church sucks. We grew up with it. It's bad. The only way that you can still get people in with the grift is it has to be this kind of stuff. It has to be instantaneous. It has to be provocative. It has to be like, ooh, this doesn't feel like church to me. Wow. Ooh.
This is a millennial church.
Yeah, this is like,
Rock City.
Oh, I thought we just went and sang songs on Sundays, but now we're taking our teachings out to the Walmart.
We're at war with Nazi Skippy.
Yeah. When Nazi Skippy comes up, we're going to stand with the armor of Christ protecting us.
And he has this guy has
Nazi Skippy.
He has a dictionary of things that he says all the time.
Well, that's
like just figures of speech that he uses personally.
But they're also, because of the gray hair, they are the Skippy thing. I don't know the beginning of that, but that is something that my parents would say. I remember damn Skippy being a thing. I remember Skippy. I don't know if that's related to like a Gilligan's Island thing. I don't know where Skippy became.
It's just a dingus name.
It's also, this is like perfectly Minion Death Cult, because that kind of language, along with stuff like Buttercup. Like, I bet he says "buckle up, Buttercup" to people.
Oh, for sure, yeah.
And there's this old style of speaking that he's like parlaying in, where he just gets to go and be like, I'm old school, you know. I go out there and I tell people what I think.
Which, by the way, he's my age.
Yeah,
he's probably my age. Maybe he's 45.
Sure, he might
50.
be my age.
Yeah, he's gray, so it's hard to tell. But like, this guy is not a damn Skippy. He's not a Skippy guy.
Damn Skippy.
I'm
Where's
not
damn
a Skippy
come
guy.
from?
I'm too young for that. Here's more.
I love
It's been
damn
saying
Skippy.
every day that I can't come in without a mask, and nobody said a word. Well, it's just now a Band-Aid. I said, no, it's not. I said, it's just now something you got your feelings hurt about. And I said, look, I've already paid for my stuff. Just give him my stuff. He's trying to act like they're not even going to give me what I already paid for. And I was doing everything I could spiritually not to come over the counter and still be a pastor in public, because I'm sure there's cameras everywhere, because people...
What?
He was really tempted to whip this guy's ass.
Dude, even when I don't know, man. When I was a kid, I always thought that, like, Christians were supposed to be, like, turn the other cheek people. Now they get to be badass, gun-toting ass kickers
I know.
for the Lord.
It's not fair. Me and Brett launched this thing, and we talk about, like, yeah, I'll whoop his ass. You know, let's go. I thought I was going to kick the guys, you know, let's fuck somebody up and stuff like that. Now the preachers are
Now the
allowed to
preachers
do
are
this.
on that. What are we going to do? Street fight? Street war is going to be the next...
Yeah, me and Brett are going to have to go get weapons of mass destruction. These masks are weapons of mass obstruction of my emotions.
Mm-hmm.
over the
Can't
counter and still be a
express yourself.
pastor in public, because I'm sure there's cameras everywhere, because people recognize me all over the place. So
Okay, yeah.
I was like, look, just give me my stuff. I've already paid for it. I thanked the ladies. I said, y'all are doing a great job. Thank you so much. But this guy, oh man, he was getting on my ever-loving nerves. And then to beat all things, here I have my 2 coffees. Ask anybody that walks
I
with me
hate you.
any time of the day. I always have my 2 medium coffees. But here's what I did. I walked up to the door like I do every day, at least twice, if not 3 times a day. I put my foot at the bottom of the door. I pushed it open and I began to walk out to my car. And what does this, lawn ranger, masked man do? He's like, oh, now I see what you're trying to do. Now you're mad because I said something about a mask and you're trying to kick the glass out of the door.
Yeah, that's smart though. Skippy's smart.
Nazi Skippy.
Nazi Skippy could have got him there.
So the damn Skippy, according to Urban Dictionary, means damn straight, which is what I thought it meant.
Yeah.
But if you say Nazi straight, I feel like that's a way to say like a very directly, just straight up Nazi.
Yeah. No, he just
Skippy.
Skippy was the name of the nerdy kid on Family Ties.
Oh, is that what it was?
Yeah, there like Skippy was like a.
There's also a skipper.
Yeah,
right?
you're just like, this guy's a Skippy.
This is a great move.
I'm gonna go back just a little bit. I like Nazi Skippy's move here.
Now I see what you're trying to do. Now you're mad because I said something about a mask and you're trying to kick the glass out of the door.
True.
Woo-hoo. So I walked back in with my 2 cups of coffee, and I said, and let me be truthful in what I said, because more than likely it's on video and it'll be on Newsweek or Time Magazine sometime this week.
Okay, you're not like that. You're not Newsweek, Time Magazine. You're like not that famous.
He's kind. You know what? This angle you just paused it at, he looks like a budget Brett Favre in a way.
He does a little bit.
I said, sir, I did not try to kick the glass in your door. I very calmly pushed the door open with my foot because it's what I do every... Oh, no. I saw you. You tried to kick the glass out of the door. I said, if you call me a liar one more time, I'm going to take these work boots and I'm going to kick your teeth down your throat. Yes, I said it, and the moment... I meant it. And I said, sir, listen to me very closely. I will be back tonight at 5 o'clock like I am every single day of my life to get my 2 medium coffees, 7 creams, and 5 sugar. I will be back tonight, and I will not be wearing a mask. He said, I'm telling you, I'm going to...
Who gets this?
He's a drug addict. I'm a drug addict, okay? Now, every 2 hours, I got to go to my garage, and I got to heat up that dab rig, and I got to get my fucking 2 medium coffees with 10 sugars and 14 creams in them, okay? And he has chosen Dunkin' as his fucking dealer. I can't... becomes this awkward situation where, like, the Dunkin' people are just like, why don't you just buy, like, a jug at the beginning of the day and stop coming back? Like, you have... Like, my dude used to... talk about people that buy grams every single day were so annoying because you just were like, please just buy like an eighth, buy a fucking quarter. How about when you get paid, you buy a fucking ounce and then I don't see you for a month. You come here every goddamn day and you know you're going to be here tomorrow.
Yeah. But they're buying it and thinking like, well, maybe I won't.
I might die tonight.
Here's the other thing. This fucking guy who gets what he perceives to be poor customer service, right? And he's like, and I'm gonna come back later on
Oh,
tonight
I'll be here.
and buy 2 more coffees.
You just accused me of kicking in the glass? I'm going to be back. But you're not welcome here.
They only know how to do one thing, and that's buy stuff. Like,
Yes.
all they ever can figure out to do is to purchase things.
So he definitely pushed the glass in an aggressive manner. We can infer that.
He was pissed.
Yeah, he was pissed, and Nazi Skippy probably... I don't like Nazi Skippies personally, but he was using the leverage of, like...
Oh, yeah.
How to
Oh, yeah.
just, like, this guy's annoying. I need to kind of dig it. I need to
I don't
dig
want him
into
coming
his
back.
ribs. Yeah, let me get into his ribs a little bit
Yeah.
on this.
Let's see.
To make sure that I'm on shift and I'm going to be here at 5 o'clock, and I will not let you in the door if
Tight.
you do not have a mask. Now, I'm not real sure my wife's going to let me go back at 5 o'clock, but I can tell you one thing, ladies and gentlemen. I wish to the God in heaven that I would have brought my bullhorn, because I'd be standing on the top of this rental truck right now in their parking lot raising Cain for Jesus Christ, preaching the truth
Okay.
of the gospel of Jesus Christ. I am
Hallelujah. Hallelujah.
Don't think Jesus
Church
Christ-
preacher tabernacle.
I just don't think this is like a Jesus cause here. I
No,
don't think-
you've lost. This is a personal fucking vendetta, and like everything in the Bible just says like, get out of this. This is why I hate Christianity more than anything. Is this is all I've been presented with, and every time I really looked at the text of it, it doesn't say this is the thing to do. I appreciate all of the caring Christian people out there that go out of their way to challenge themselves not to go irate on Dunkin' Donuts people. And this kind of like American Jesus bullshit is one where the customer is always right was John 3:16. That's what John 3:16 says.
Yeah.
Customer
yeah.
is always right.
So that's a fun video.
I love
that guy
it.
was great. I mean, and also, again, not a Jesus thing. You can take it off the screen. Not a Jesus thing, really, to me. I just feel like this guy is a little too angry. I'm going to follow Pastor Greg Locke. I need to know more about this guy. He's wild. He's a big deal. Okay, so, Brett, you were saying, before we get out of here, you have some Mike Rowe
it's a big one.
information. Well, we don't have to be off the air. You
Okay.
know?
Okay.
Is it really big?
It's
it
not
like an
really big.
hour?
No, it's not really big. I mean, I guess we could talk. It is related to what we just did. It's his. This is Mike Rowe's Corona opinion,
Oh, goodness gracious.
which is I feel like this is going to be a lot to get into. But
Well,
thank you
I'd love to hear it.
Redbird69 on Twitter. REDBYRD. I know your real name and I know who you are. And you've been a listener for a very long time, so I appreciate it that you still listen and check out what we do, and give us stuff like this. All right, you ready to go? Mike Rowe. I don't have him. I've listened to the Mike Rowe podcast. I can't do the voice. I need to hire somebody to coach me on this because I can't nail the fucking voice.
Yeah.
It's lumbering and stupid and...
Oh, Pastor Greg Locke has a video of himself standing in front of a Baphomet.
He'll be back. I followed him too.
Yeah.
There's no way he's not going to do something sensational.
He's going to become the guy forever. Go ahead.
All right, you ready? Mike, in a recent post, you said you've been to Tennessee and Georgia, giving speeches and filming for your new show. Before that, you were on the road shooting for Dirty Jobs. Is it really so important to film a television show in the midst of a pandemic? Is it responsible of you to encourage this kind of behavior when infection rates are spiking? Don't you watch the news? More and more cases every day. Aren't you concerned? This was a question.
I sucks because I read this.
You did?
The day it happened. Yeah.
Oh.
Yeah. But I think like people, I think maybe, I don't think it's that dangerous for him if he's not doing a bunch of shit, if he's wearing a mask. It's like, what? We need stuff filmed, is what I'm saying.
We need Mike Rowe to film.
I'm going crazy without all the content. And we're going to definitely do Dirty Jobs on the Patreon feed, for sure.
Yeah.
Absolutely
Good
100%.
idea.
The new thing. So
You know what?
we'll see what he does. But
I agree. I think there probably may be a way to attempt this stuff with less risk, but what I think from his response is that Mike Rowe does his job, his dirty job, which is telling working people to eat a shit sandwich and like it.
I can't
So here's
wait
what he
to
says.
hear it.
Hi, Darlene. Of course, I'm concerned. I'm just not petrified. On March 15th, the day after my part of the country was locked down, I posted a link to an interview with Dr. Michael Osterholm. I'm posting it again because I believe you and everyone else in the country would benefit from listening carefully from what he has to say. Dr. Osterholm is the Director of Infectious Disease Research and Policy. This is the same epidemiologist who 10 years ago predicted a coronavirus would come from China and turn our country upside down. In his book, Deadliest Enemies, he anticipated the utterly irresponsible way in which the media would report on this situation.
Whoa. Not how the government has handled. Listen.
Yeah,
Okay.
that's what epidemiologists do. They study CNN.
Yeah, they study the media. That's the big job. Is like, one of the things you
That's
have
the
to
dirty
do
job.
when you go to epidemiologist school is you also have to learn media criticism.
Yeah.
And
it's a minor.
you need to understand that. But here's the thing. Nothing about how it's been handled by not only the government, but corporations, all of these things, right? And how utterly the ball has been dropped. It's blaming the media. Now, I am fine with blaming the media because I do think that there's things that the media has been really bad about. You know what I mean? Like just the I don't know. I forget what I was reading. I was reading something about MSNBC yesterday about how they keep actually helpful stuff out because it doesn't get good ratings and helpful information about COVID-19, like outbreaks and stuff like that. It's all geared toward how it makes Joe Biden or Donald Trump look
Right.
on all the news channels. And I do think that there's something to be said about the way that they cover it. But I also think that, there may be one of the lesser problems in this situation.
Yeah. I agree. I mean, I think so. And it's obvious anybody could say that they're going to do a bad job because they do a bad job. So he says he anticipated the utterly irresponsible way in which the media would report on the situation, the completely opportunistic and shamelessly political way our leaders would likely react, and the unprecedented chaos and confusion that would arise from all the mixed messages from the medical community. Wow. This guy's prescient.
It wasn't mixed messages either. It was literally they don't know.
Yeah.
Do you expect people to just fucking know things? This thing about this distrust in the medical community over this virus. And look, I don't fucking know about I don't know about this stuff. I don't know anything. It seems like a bad thing, and it seems good to stay away from each other for now.
Yeah.
Until there's some way to get back to normal. I get it, But I forget where I was going with that. I'm sorry.
It's fine.
Yeah, just...
So what he says about this guy is he's the only expert I know of who hasn't walked back his numbers, reconsidered his position, or moved the goalposts with regard to what we must do, what we can do, and what he expects to happen next.
Oh, they don't know. That's what I'm saying. They don't know. This is a new thing.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? So it's people think that the media is being...
Well, we
or
believe
the World
movies.
Health Organization.
We believe movies.
Yes.
We believe that when COVID comes out, there's going to be some hotshot scientist at Columbia University that's going to be a complete fuck up that can't get their life together, but all of a sudden they're going to put in a 22-hour day and solve the whole thing.
All they've known...
We don't understand that it's a... Sorry.
They've been studying. It's the hotshot epidemiologist that's only been talking about COVID and everybody's been ignoring
Yes.
them. All of a sudden now it's COVID and they're like, oh, well, luckily if you get my notes, then I can get you the vaccine.
Yeah, they go to their house, they knock on the door, they dig them out of a pile of Mountain Dew cans and are like, we need your help. And he's like, COVID-19?
Yeah.
I told you.
Yeah. Really?
So Dr. Osterholm publicly predicted in March that there is a very strong possibility of 480,000 fatalities, even if we successfully flatten the curve.
Okay. I mean, where are we at fatality-wise now?
We're about halfway there, and we're going to surpass that.
We're going to hit that, yeah.
But I don't... So let me, it's hard to nail this thing down because he's just so long and wandering, but he says, I hope that doesn't sound blasé or glib or fatalistic or selfish. 480,000 is an obvious tragedy, and I'm sympathetic to those impacted thus far. I'm also concerned for my parents and everyone else in high risk category. But when the doctor said COVID can't be slowed and not stopped, I believed him. And I think this feels like a way to say 500,000 people are going to die and there's nothing you can do about it.
Yeah.
And I'm also thinking that Dr. Osterholm's data is based upon the fact that we have stupid ass fucking redneck idiots that think that they're going to fight the government over this.
Yeah. Yeah.
Like, this is just an acceptance. I think Mike Rowe is just saying, hey, a fucking 500,000 of us got to die for this thing. Go to work.
Yeah.
Go to fucking work.
Yeah.
He's not anti-mask, but he skirts the issue so well that he just says enough that he's herd immunity is what he's going for, and just saying everybody and I do accept this. I do have made grievance with this, but I'm advocating for things to change.
Yeah.
And what Micro has constantly done is he says no one's in the trades. I'm going to set people up for the trades. And it's like, no one's in the trades because you can't buy a house if you're in the fucking trades.
Yeah.
My parents were in the trades, you know? Like, there's no... Like, he 500,000 people are going to die. That's going to be black folks and elderly folks and marginalized people and young people that work at grocery stores and essential workers. It's not going to be Mike Rowe or anybody in charge of his TV show. He's written off 500,000 fucking people that he thinks are unworthy of being alive.
I mean,
and that's this has been his whole thing the entire time. Work a shitty job, clean up the shit, get paid $12 an hour, and deal with it. And be happy that you have the opportunity and that you're alive.
Yeah, safety third.
Safety third.
Safety third. That's
Mike Rowe's slogan.
Yeah, and that's what he thinks. He has all of the anti-mask bona fides, but I think he's also selling masks.
He's selling masks. He says at the end that he's selling masks.
Yeah. So he's not anti-mask because he can make a bunch of money off of masks.
Yeah, he's a capitalist, yeah.
But, I mean, he seems to me like a guy who would be anti-mask, which is...
He also brings in the car issue.
Okay. Both sides...
He says, last year in this country, there were 6 million traffic accidents and 36,000 fatalities. Tragic for sure. But imagine for a moment if no one had ever died from a car accident. Imagine if this year American endured 6 million traffic accidents and 36,000 fatalities for the first time ever. Once again, 36,000 compared to 480,000, that's over 10 times the amount.
Yes.
You're talking 10 times the amount of fatalities. And this is something that isn't a matter of chance or statistics. This is a matter of the shit that comes out of your face.
Yeah.
This is a matter of communicable disease.
Yeah.
And this guy says it's like, man, people would freak out about cars, man. You know, if they found out about them.
Right, and this is something that can hit you. This is something that is relatively preventable if you follow the rules.
And there's other places in the world. There's no demands from institutions to provide anything better for us. He doesn't advocate for working people to have a better situation the way they do in other places in the world. He simply says, this is your shit sandwich from American Jesus. Suck on the turd and like it.
Absolutely. He does. I can't say it better than that.
He's 500,000 of you peons are about to die. Just fucking suck it up because the rest of us are going to work.
Yeah, we want to fucking go home, man. We want to go to Walmart. I want to sell more Lee jeans.
I want to go to Dunkin' Donuts and get 2 coffees with 14 creams and 10 sugars. Okay?
Yeah.
I'm tired of this shit.
And I don't want to wear the goddamn silly mask.
Yeah.
Woo, 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 woo. It's just
when he did the
silly
gospel singing.
Woo, woo. All right. Fucking Mike Rowe, man. Here he is again, just being annoying.
He's like, Oh, seatbelts makes you feel really uncomfortable when you wear them.
The car thing is also like, we do everything in our power to prevent people from dying in car
We
accidents.
whittle it down.
We have rules and regulations. There's traffic lights. There's seat belts. Cars are, continually being upgraded to be safer. And so
There's
like
zero-
acting like we're doing nothing about car accidents is fucking crazy. We are definitely doing way less about coronavirus than we are about car accidents.
Yeah.
We've put a lot of work into car accidents.
We spent several thousand years not really adjusting our life for germs.
Yeah.
Like, this is the first time we've adjusted our lives for germs, it feels like.
Yeah, exactly.
In my life, as far as I've been alive, it's an unfortunate couple of years, but it's something to just work through.
Yeah.
I don't think it's a matter of just throwing all the dead people off the table and just saying, well,
Man, we got to do herd immunity.
Yeah.
That's just the way it's going to be.
that's a Darwin thing, really.
Which, for me, is like, I don't know. It doesn't seem like there's any guarantee that a healthy person makes it through this either. Like
There's a lot of variables.
That there's a chance that you are taking a chance if you decide to go out and get this.
It's mostly elderly people, and it's mostly, incarcerated people, and it's at-risk people that are the ones that are affected by this. But you're right. They're talking about kids have reproductive issues, and talking about lung problems and
heart problems.
And that fucking baseball player, his heart scarred up.
Yeah.
From having fucking COVID.
Yeah.
So, it's really something to take seriously and to navigate around it. And Mike Rowe is not the guy. He's just...
Well, we knew he
all they want...
he wants you back at work.
And that's what they fuck us up with. This is what capitalism gets us fucking screwed over, is that we believe in this idea that we're going to someday have a better life, or that we're going to be 100,000-aire. And statistically, you're not going to make 100 grand.
None of us are.
You're not going to get there. But we're all holding back from helping or taking care of other people simply because we want to get $100,000 at some point.
Yeah. Yeah, absolutely. Yeah. That's perfect. Let's end the show there.
Thanks for listening to Street Fight. You can find more of what we do on Google Play. I think it's called Google Podcast now.
Why did you pick that?
Google Play is popular, man. It's huge.
Poppin'.
People
Google
are
Play's
everybody's
poppin'
on
now?
Google Play.
No.
Most people are Android users.
You can get it in the iTunes app.
Yeah.
Which is where everybody
It's like
gets it.
32% of phone users go to get their podcasts.
What?
Yeah, it's not the most poppin'.
It is the iPhone's gotta be.
No.
You're for real?
No. Android is 60% of the market.
This is mind blowing to me because
Really?
I thought iPhone was 90% of the market.
No!
That was my belief.
Absolutely not.
That just shows.
One company making iPhones, you got 1,000
Yeah.
making Android.
Yeah, you got to deal with all of the companies that make
Right, but I
Android
just
stuff.
assume when people go to the cell phone store, they say, "Give me the iPhone."
I'll have a not Android. That's what they say when they show up.
Basically, I believe, and that's just because it's me.
Yeah.
That's wild to me.
Yeah, it's unbelievable.
And it didn't. I would have never. I seriously would have said 90% of people have iPhones. I thought iPhone was basically the government issued phone.
Someday. But there's going to be a revolt if that happens. If everybody can only have the iPhones, there will be definitely a civil war in this country.
You can't download torrents.
I'm
on
going to
an iPhone.
jailbreak my fucking iPhone. You can't stop me.
Yeah. I get why people get Android. It's just they get it to do things that I don't do.
Right.
You know
they
what I
have
mean?
an interest in it.
I'm not going to download torrents on my phone. I'm not going to I don't know what the other stuff is. I just know that I know one guy that has it.
You have
He's like,
load
I download
MAME on
torrent.
it or something. And
What?
Load MAME on it.
Yeah.
You get some arcade.
Yeah, that's the other thing.
Arcade ROMs going.
Yeah, that's the dude I know that has an Android. Other than Jason, but the dude I know that is real that will not get an iPhone, and we can't figure out why.
Because he wants to play Sengoku on Neo Geo on his phone, man.
Yeah, that's what it is.
They're cheaper too.
They're not. His is not. He's definitely not buying them.
But it depends. I mean, the reason why there's probably more sold is because Androids are cheaper.
That's
right?
true.
They start out
Yeah, they're
like,
affordable.
$100. Or
Anybody can load. Yeah, anybody can load Android onto their phone. It's the people's phone. I'm sorry, but you're
right.
You're bourgeoisie.
Hey, I agree.
But I think that I've always believed I want to lift all boats to the iPhones. Like, I just want to get everybody out of the confusion of the Android network.
It's not lifting though, really. Now, when you think about it, you know,
Why?
because the Android.
No,
freedom
a small
stuff.
amount do, but most just need to get a dummy phone like an iPhone.
Most would rather have an iPhone.
They need the Play School phone. That's the best phone.
I mean, it is a Play School phone. You can't really.
You can't do
anything
fuck
with
with
this
shit.
phone.
I love
you
it.
You cannot do.
I used to fuck with so much shit on my Android and just fuck it up so bad.
Yeah.
Now I
It's
can't
like
do
my
anything.
computer. It's like I want a Mac.
I'm so bad at computers too.
I just fuck with
Rot
it
'em
so
out.
much until it's like,
You can't do that.
yeah,
It's a computer. It's not like a fucking solve all your problems machine.
yeah. Yeah. I mean, I'm a console gamer. Like when I
Okay.
play video games, I will only play on a console, and there is never, ever going to be a possibility I play on a PC. Ever. I will not. It has a stigma to me because, like, I'm not going to play. I don't want to play a video game on a fucking keyboard. That's crazy talk. And a
You can hook
mouse,
up-
those are work things.
Yeah, that was forever ago. You're talking about like Counter-Strike and shit.
I'm just talking about what I've seen because I
got
see
control-
Felix posting about the
You can
the
put an
mouse.
You can put an Xbox controller into the computer.
I still don't. I mean, and then you got to buy the most expensive computer they make.
You do.
You know what I mean?
You gotta buy a new graphics card every 6 months.
It's just a whole thing where it's like gaming on a PC. You get a PlayStation, and that thing fucking lasts you for 6 years before they make another PlayStation, and you're like set. You do the gaming on the gaming PC, you're fucking every day probably buying something that costs $200.
Yeah, there's RAM compatibility issues all of a sudden.
Yeah, everything it's $200 a day to be a PC gamer.
Yeah,
is my
tough.
belief.
Tough road to home.
Yeah, that's all. I'm done. I'll get off.
Thanks for listening to Street Fight. Please support the show. You can watch what we do on Facebook, Twitch, Twitter, and YouTube. And like I said at the beginning of the show, if you want to send some extra money our way, use your Amazon Prime subscription to sign up for Twitch and subscribe to Street Fight Radio. We get paid off of that. So if you're not using it, head to twitch.tv/Street Fight Radio and jump in their system. Let us know what you think. Chat, all that stuff. I feel like I don't want to say like and subscribe, but pretty much I want you to like and subscribe. I hope you enjoyed the show. We will be back on Sunday. We're taking your calls. 9 p.m. to midnight Eastern Standard Time. Peace.